Love it.
And it's just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Angel numbers.
Yeah. Like the universe conspired.
Absolutely. Okay, so
As you can see, things are a little different.
we are somewhere else. We're at a store called Chronic & Co. and we thought it would be fun just to be in a different space. But we'll tell you all about the store a bit later. For now, Shayna, do our intro.
So we are the Nabeelah and we're here to talk our opinions, laugh a lot. Sway even more, as we always do, because we're ratchet like that. And I don't know, this week it's going to be a good topic.
Yeah, very good. Zane is here. This is Zane, by the way. He will tell you more about himself a bit later. But let's talk about what we're actually going to talk about today. And so I feel that our episodes are very focused, obviously, on things that have happened to us, our lived experiences, but most of the time it's experiences with men. And we wanted somebody to come on and talk to us from a male perspective, you know, for more understanding. And so we can show more empathy, because I think we bash a lot, man.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
We don't want to bash, but we're always inviting men on, and so, because we put our money where our mouth is, we got a man on.
What do you understand? Okay. So today we're exploring the intersection of masculinity and emotional well-being. Now I feel it's as if these are, you know, you can't talk about them together, right?
It used to be like that, but
Okay.
it shouldn't be anymore.
We are moving.
Yeah.
We are moving, progressing.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about, and I want to talk mostly about colored males in South Africa because this is my experience. I'm not excluding any other whatever. I just feel that I can talk about my experience with males of my age.
Because we can only talk about our own lives.
Exactly.
I mean, we can't talk about other people's experiences.
I mean, and when you think about colored males in South Africa, I'm in Cape Town. For me, I think it's just, you know, you have to be the O. You have to be the O to be quiet, and you need to be quiet so that nobody, that's masculinity.
Absolutely.
Manning up. You can't cry, you can't be sad, you can't have any feelings actually.
Shay, maybe we must give the manager on.
No. I'm taking notes here.
So, yeah, just when you think of colored males, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Yeah, look, there is that culture of like you said, trying to be the old, trying to impress and trying to just almost show off.
Mm-hmm.
And the irony is it comes from a place of weakness. It comes from, actually that is coming from vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because, people that are feeling a little bit unsettled, unsure, or on shaky ground now, overcompensate and want to sort of show off.
It's bravado.
Yeah. There we go. It's fun. Yeah.
I mean, when I think of that, it sounds so exhausting. And because you're not being true to yourself or how you're feeling, and having to appear strong, but you're not feeling that way is.
Yeah, look, it becomes so natural. It becomes such a part of your existence that it actually doesn't feel as exhausting because it's just it's how you live.
But does it begin to feel real though? Because fake it until you make it.
Yeah.
I think at some point it probably does.
Okay, but I mean.
But then, it does then at some point break down.
I was going to say, but what's the long-term harm that causes?
It can't be a
Guys,
long-term.
we didn't even say who Zane is. Why did we choose Zane though?
Sorry.
Zane, please go ahead. Tell us who you are.
Okay, so firstly, thank you so much for having me as your guest.
You're welcome.
I love talking cat about these topics.
Yay!
Welcome to the club.
But this is a topic that I'm very passionate about. I've been a fitness coach, a boxing coach, a gym owner, all because like of my underlying philosophy, which is physical health is the cornerstone of mental health.
Okay.
So like your feelings follow your actions. You need to move and you need to do something in order for you to feel okay. Like
Yeah.
if you're down in the dumps or whatever, like you can sit there and you can wallow there forever, but as soon as you start doing something, like you'll start to feel
Yeah.
better. But I'm also doing this hypnotherapy thing.
Yeah, and that's what got me. That's what fucking hooked me. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hypnotherapy is basically your subconscious coding is what actually determines your feelings. And what actually determines your actions, and your actions determine your feelings. So if you want to get to the root cause of anything, you need to go to the subconscious. You need to go down to the base code.
And generally, we cannot do that on our own.
No, you can. But you need to know how.
Yeah,
And once
yeah.
you know how, you can do it for yourself.
But that's not something that comes, we don't go to that level, it's just surface level.
Oh yeah.
Right?
No. Most people.
On the day to day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's really fucking interesting.
Sorry. Went a little bit off script
It's fine.
again, but yeah. So bring it back. I'm Zane, born and raised in Joburg, moved to Cape Town like 50 years ago.
Okay.
I'm talking a lot with my hands, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
And I'm here to provide the not so typical perspective of the typical colored guy.
You like that though.
But I feel like there's
But
a
not
big
down. You can gesticulate.
gesticulate. I think there's such a big movement, and men like you exist, and there's a lot of them out there. And I am happy to say that a lot of the people, the men I engage with, are so open to moving into a space of comfortability with their emotions, you know, and it's so beautiful to see. So, I mean, our first point that we're supposed to be talking about, we're going to be so all over the place.
Yeah.
So just organize, okay? Traditional ideas of masculinity. How do they contribute to men's health, the mental health struggles of men in today's society? Because, I mean, society today is like, can I just say something now? We had this planning doc, and we're still looking at the notes here. But when you were done with the doc editing, you struck out traditional masculinity and replaced it with toxic masculinity. Now,
So you saying traditional is toxic?
no, I'm
No.
saying it's not.
I'm saying traditional is not.
It's not.
Traditional is traditional.
Yes.
Right. And I feel like, as a woman, that I'm thinking traditional masculinity. But it's not. Because there's so many things about the traditional man. I think it's so big. So I feel like we were almost stripping them of that man by constantly this narrative, it's toxic and all this shit. But now you're taking that away, which is actually traditional. So what are they left with?
Yeah. So and that's what I said in the plan. Like traditional masculinity is not like it's very complementary. It complements traditional femininity. Like you know, and even within individuals, you've got both sides that need
Live
to
within you.
live within you.
Absolutely.
When you find yourself with a man who's traditionally masculine, you don't know.
Do you know?
You're like, what?
Do you know how I went at the moment? I didn't know how to do that now. Like what? Say what? Are you opening doors for me? Okay, sir. Okay.
What do you know? So again,
Yeah.
and I'm a big believer in this idea that you have to, when something is filling a space, exactly what you said, it's filling a space, nothing can come into that.
Yeah.
So you need to empty it out to allow for whatever it is you actually want to come in. And I think, yeah, that's, oh my God, okay, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Did you answer the question? Do traditional ideas of masculinity contribute to men's mental health struggles?
And yes, it's not the problem is not traditional.
Traditional is toxic.
There's a trend towards toxic masculinity at the moment. That's the issue. That is causing a lot of mental health struggles
Yeah.
for men.
Yeah, agreed.
And I just need to add as well
So,
that it's other men that are pushing these agendas and ideas that
For
are
sure.
like.
I mean, did you watch Adolescence on Netflix?
I didn't.
But you listen to the episode.
That's okay. We'll cut that.
That's what you do. Yeah.
We don't do it. Okay, but in this particular series, the father of this 13-year-old boy who stabs a classmate of his, a female classmate, he finds out that he had been watching this manosphere, consuming this content, and the influence that this is having on young men, you know. So,
So he was radicalized by masculinity.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about the different types of perspectives in like when you think of a colored male, the different things like a manne culture. You're not allowed to show emotions, and how showing your emotions is a weakness. But like you said earlier,
It's weak not to show.
yeah.
I remember when we went on Gen Z, we briefly touched on men's mental health, and we in the comment section of, I think they posted to either Instagram or YouTube, and in the comment section, I think I said something about like we're not allowed boys to cry. I don't know what I said on the podcast, but then in the comment section, someone commented and said, yes, but if we allow boys to cry, I don't know what bullshit he said. And I'm like, and reading lies the problem. Because I think I made it in reference to my nephew, like if he falls and he cries, it's like, it's okay to comfort him
Yeah.
in that moment because he's hurt, he's a little
Yeah.
boy. And someone commented to say that no,
Yeah. That's crazy.
boys don't cry, boys all shouldn't be allowed to cry.
Because it is,
And I'm like, what do you mean?
and also the audience, so the Gen Z podcast, who we love,
Shout out JP and Bizarre.
so their audience, I would think that coming from their audience, maybe, it's hard to believe that somebody is saying that they live on the internet, you know, and still has this belief. But I just want to take it back to men our age, right? So I find it really, it's a little bit disheartening, and it makes me sad because men my age have grown up with this man up. You must just dala, you must be okay, and you know there's no room for feeling sad or whatever. Now you are adults, right? And the hard fucking work that needs to be done to change that mindset. And then after first recognizing it, then the willingness to change, and then the action to fucking fuck, man.
And the thing is, like, it's difficult because you aren't taught these things. So when you taught something, like, there's a critical lens that you sort of filter information.
Sure.
But because you aren't taught these things, you see it. You learn it as this is just the way things are. So
But it doesn't have to be though.
It doesn't have to be. But like you, as a young boy growing up, you see these things. You don't question it because
And also,
it's not being taught to you.
Yeah.
It's just this is life.
yeah.
So you don't question it.
So that's your life, right? And
Yeah.
think about the role models in your life and all of those things. Because if we go back one generation every time, I mean, what was a traditional man at that time? And then obviously, as generations, we filter out as much bad as we can, I think.
Yeah.
So, wow. No?
So it's like, you know, you mentioned the boys don't cry thing. Like, yeah, it's a well-meaning thing. Like, you know, a mother would like try and comfort the son, being like, you know, it's okay, man, he's strong. Boys don't cry. Like, you know, so you take that in.
Yeah.
Boys don't cry, and then you also see like, you know, you're young, you see the older kids on the playground, somebody's a bit vulnerable, they've got now they get made fun of.
Yes.
So you realize that vulnerability is not safe.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you internalize that, and that's just how you.
And but then it continues as this boy
Yeah.
ages. So at 3, then it's at 7, then he's a teenager, then now he's a young man. It just continues.
And I mean, it's so crazy because it starts off very like tangible, like, oh no, I fell, I mustn't cry, I got
Yeah.
hurt there, you know, and then it's internalized, so it becomes emotional hurt and emotional or mental struggles on the inside, so you can't, it's crazy.
And the other comment also on that same video that made me like pause was one of the, also a man that commented, he said, no, but that's what, because I think I said, why don't men speak to each other? And then someone commented, but that's what my female friends are for. So again, the emotional labor falls to women, and I'm like, it's fine, you can have female friends, your girlfriend, your partner, your wife, your sister, it's fine. Women are supportive, you can come and talk to us. But again, I feel like men should be creating safe spaces for men.
Yes.
I have a question, Zane. How many of your friends you do actually discuss how they're feeling? Is that something that happens in circles? And I think, sorry,
Yeah.
because I feel like you're a very open guy and you're happy to talk about things. I feel like it's more likely to happen in your circles, but generally, is it happening?
So it depends. I mean, you have to cultivate those types of friendships and those types of relationships. So for me, I do have friends that I can talk to and that can talk to me. But then also because of the spaces that I'm in, like boxing gym and all those things, you know, you've got younger kids who sort of look to you as a role model or as like, you know, a mentor, and if you are a safe space for them, then they end up opening up as well, which was actually like the video that you saw stemmed from, like, I think I was talking about my issues,
Okay.
and like one of the younger kids that, you know, is part of the gym, sort of just confided in me and spoke about his issues, and like, you know, that was, I really appreciated that. And I saw that as like, you know, a really positive thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that I need to sort of just expand on that.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it now, young men, not young adult men, like teenagers and just before becoming, is that an adolescent? I don't know. Anyway, they need men to, they need those safe spaces. And for me, when I think about the safe space, I literally think of somebody's hands holding me and cupping me and holding me there, you know, until I'm ready to step out and I feel better. And isn't that everything? I think in another episode, China, you were talking about being loved and feeling loved and all of those things. Ultimately, you just want to feel safe.
Certainly.
Safe to say the things that you wouldn't necessarily easily just say.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, we go back to expectations. You know, men are expected to show up as problem solvers, providers, as like, you know, this, as these protectors.
Yeah.
So that's what people expect. You know, that's what people get drawn to.
Yeah.
So the minute you aren't that as a man, like, no, but besides just being, if you are a safe space for them, then they end up opening up as well, which was actually like the video that you saw stemmed from, like, I think I was talking about my issues,
Okay.
and like one of the younger kids that, you know, is part of the gym, sort of just confided in me and spoke about his issues, and like, you know, that was, I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
And I saw that as like, you know, a really positive thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that I need to sort of just expand on that.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it now, young men, not young adult men, like teenagers and just before becoming, is that an adolescent? I don't know. Anyway, they need men to, they need those safe spaces. And for me, when I think about the safe space, I literally think of somebody's hands holding me and cupping me and holding me there, until I'm ready to step out and I feel better. And isn't that everything? I think in another episode, China, you were talking about being loved and feeling loved and all of those things. Ultimately, you just want to feel safe.
Certainly.
Safe to say the things that you wouldn't necessarily easily just say.
Yeah. And that's, we go back to expectations. Men are expected to show up as problem solvers, providers, as this, as these protectors.
Yeah.
So that's what people expect. That's what people get drawn to.
Yeah.
So the minute you aren't that as a man,
Weak.
but besides that,
Yeah.
it comes as a shock.
Yes.
It comes as a shock. People don't expect it.
Yeah. But I mean, I look at my brother, right? He's very masculine, whatever. Loves to be the protector. But he is very vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
He has moments where he's struggling. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm putting him lost in that. We have a very open relationship. When he's struggling, he'll tell me, yo, I'm struggling with something, I'm not in a good space. But that's because I'm open about stuff like that.
Yeah.
He didn't have a father figure and a role model to model.
Oh, that's another thing.
He didn't have that, right? So he's really learning to navigate, and he has a son. So he's learning to navigate this himself.
Yeah.
So he's his own blueprint,
Right.
and he's creating a blueprint for his son. So he's just figuring it out himself.
Yeah.
And he doesn't always listen to what I say. He doesn't have to. But I mean, he tries,
Yeah.
and I think that's enough
Yes,
as a starting point.
Yes.
absolutely. And you have to have that balance.
I mean, I do feel that the willingness and the openness to walk down that path, and there's so much value, in having people in your life who encourage you that. And instead of saying things like man up, this is part of being a man, struggling to survive and all of that. And instead of saying, being graceful, showing you grace and kindness through your struggle. I mean, that's beautiful. That's my God.
Be vulnerable.
That's what I thought about that.
Before because I feel like I have a lot of talking and singing to do.
Oh wow. I feel like we're touching on everything,
Yeah,
so
we are.
let's just go.
Let's see.
So there was something that was part of this talking point.
Yeah.
And that was the identity and the pride thing.
Yes.
And that what you were saying was
Yeah, I
that,
like what you said there.
this pride in being the provider and being strong and and not showing that weakness and being reliable. Not admitting that you're not okay.
Okay.
And yes, that is true. But I feel like women do that as well. Especially mothers. There's this natural, it's a natural reaction to just try and put your needs and your feelings aside in order to take care of the people that you love, the people that you feel responsible for.
100,000%. And I mean, I'm a single mother, right? And I don't know how else to be with my kids other than this is how I'm feeling right now. So that there's understanding that I'm still small also, and I'm still growing with you. So I'm here for you and I will show up in every possible way. But I'll say to them, I need it. I'm struggling. And the empathy and concerning their eyes and on their faces, it's like, okay, maybe cool. I'm going to be okay. But this minute right now, I'm not. So, I mean, when I think of kids now, Cheyenne talks about her nieces and her nephew all the time. And I mean, we have a lot of friends who have kids and whatever, and the way that we are parenting, can you imagine how they are going to be as adults? They are going to be fucking amazing. I mean, we are great, really.
Yes.
I mean, we are doing it for ourselves. We're not bashing on our parents.
Listen, they did the best with the knowledge that they had.
Absolutely. But it's our responsibility now to no longer, or rather to encourage emotional well-being in our mates. Now,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, I think there's definitely a massive shift towards that.
No, that's great. That really is great. You spoke about your brother and son. You know, that is really a big part of my drive as well. Like, I need to be okay so that I can show my son how to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, and,
Yeah.
and that's sort of like, you know, what our parents try to do for us.
Mm.
That didn't always get it right, but
Yeah.
Because their relationship, it's like there's a softness there.
Mm.
Like he gets a lot of hugs. Like these guys hugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just weird. It's not weird to
Yeah.
see. It's nice to see because growing up, if I look at the men, like my uncles and stuff, if I look at the men and how they were around the boys growing up, it was not like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
at all. They were very
That was
gruff and
yeah.
just the way they spoke to the boys. It was just not what I'm seeing now in our house. And I love to see it.
Mm.
Like I love to see what I'm seeing right now. Like in fact sometimes Easter's like, okay daddy, get out of my face.
Yeah.
You're loving me a little too much. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
enough now. Like I wanna go play.
It's so beautiful because, I mean, like you say, growing up, I keep thinking back to what must have been like for my brothers. Because hugs and kisses were not a thing. And what if you love languages? Right? You know? And you're actually yearning for a hug. Shit. That's really hard. Wow. Okay, I think we can skip one of our talking points because we just like we merge everything. I want to talk about okay, let's touch on this thing then, emotional separation.
okay.
And I do feel everybody is actually before I go into emotional separation, we're gonna take a break and we come back with an ad and then we're gonna start again. Because actually, to be honest, there's some technical issue here. But we're gonna technical issue but make it cute. Okay, so just okay, so we stopped our recording because of the technical stuff, but we're making it cute, remember? So while we're taking the intermission, we want to tell you where we are. We're at Chronic & Co.
And now why am I so quiet again?
This one's on mute. Where's the remote? Okay, so what is Chronic & Co? It's a premium retail destination, I'm reading, focused on high quality flower and related products. And if you know, I didn't know, but you know, but flower. That's that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. It's based in Deep River, and I mean, it's opposite, it's in the main road, and the police station is here, so it's super safe, right? Especially for women. So you're gonna come and you're gonna chill and you're gonna feel really, you're gonna be all the way up.
All the way up.
All the way up. Okay. I know that, I don't know if I can mention the owner's name.
No, don't.
Okay, but we'll put all the links in the linky links. And
They serve matcha, iced coffees.
and Kusistas on Sundays.
I mean, it's a vibe.
What are you even talking about? Okay.
And soon they're going to be having events.
Yes, can you believe it? They're gonna have
Quiz nights, karaoke, game nights,
and I really hope they do the spoken word.
the poetry evening.
Yeah, and maybe I think I'm coming, so maybe you come and then we
So
can
you'll
say
see
hi.
it's going to be good there.
If you want to see us.
Yeah.
But please want to see us.
Yeah.
And listen to us. And come to Chronic & Co. Yay.
And that's us. Paying the bills. And then women advocated for their rights, and I feel like, which they should have the
Yeah.
right to do that.
Okay.
And then I feel like men felt that they were left behind, and they started questioning, well, where's our place in this new world?
Right. Yeah.
We
Right?
were stepping in.
So we were stepping into this new space where we have the rights. We could have our own bank account, our own job, we could drive, and then men felt powerless or left behind, and equality felt like oppression, whatever you want to call it. And instead of them reflecting and thinking, wow, this is amazing, my woman has equal rights, they felt powerless. Or what, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, I'm speculating. But instead of, where's the step forward? Step forward with us.
Yeah, but that's the problem. That's the problem. That having this woman as your equal makes you feel weak.
Yeah.
So now you lash out. And it makes no
So
sense.
where's the balance here? What does an ideal look like? The ideal.
I mean, everybody's ideal is going to be different.
Did I?
But, like, it's exactly that word. It's balance. You need to complement each other and like have balance within yourself. So it's like, yeah, I mean, all these outlets and all these impacts of the toxic masculinity, like, it's a major problem. And you know, gender-based violence is a huge issue in South Africa. It's like, it's one of the biggest issues that our country is facing at the moment. And I feel like a lot of it is as a result of this imbalance and this weakness that men are feeling. Because they
So they're lashing out
they
at us
lash
because
out.
they feel...
Yes, because they feel emasculated, because they don't know what to do with their
Masculinity.
with their anger or with their they don't know how to cope
Yeah.
with
Okay.
their vulnerability.
So I'm going to use this as an example. We're going to talk about your relationship, but it's a good thing.
Okay.
Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Those name names.
Obviously. So I'm just saying, so you're so aware of this, right? Where you are hyper independent. And like we said earlier, you're with a man now who he walks in his masculinity beautifully. Then you have to sort of step back from that masculine role. So I see you doing that, and it's uncomfortable for you, but you do it.
But let's know now.
Yeah, okay, fine. Look at an example. Okay? We can talk about that all the time. But what I'm trying to say, as a female, to be aware enough that, okay, this is me and this is him. How do I show up for him so that he feels like he's my man? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it sounds silly and, oh no, whatever the fuck, I don't actually care. What I'm trying to say is, find being gentle and showing each other that this is what we want to do for each other, you know, so that those roles no longer seem like, what the fuck am I here for? What do you even need me for? You know? And then taking that to a,
So those traditional masculine, feminine roles, which you spoke about, we're building that roles. The healthy versions.
The healthy version.
The healthy versions of it.
yeah.
And I am hyper independent. But I'm gonna do stuff for me.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
Yes.
So nice.
And I'm sure you do stuff for him,
Yes.
and he loves it.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, stop talking about the relationship now. Okay, cool. I'm going to go on to the next talking point, which is, I feel, my favorite.
Which one?
It is redefining masculinity and the path to healing. Ta-da! Yeah, wow.
Okay. So, what I'm going to say about that is going to sound
I'm at a mood.
weird,
Okay.
right? But like, the answer is combat sports for me.
Okay, but saying not everybody's going to do combat.
Yeah,
sports,
maybe some
right?
people don't.
So my feeling is,
What if
you
you're like
can't
swimming,
just
just riding?
What
Listen.
would the equivalent look like for a guy who's not into combat sports?
Get into combat sports.
You know,
Listen, it's not just about the gym. It's like
Use
Okay.
person out for aggression or
no.
what?
Okay, there's
No aggression.
No, there's aggression.
Okay.
Controlled aggression.
Controlling aggression.
Controlled aggression. Like so. Okay, I'm just gonna go into this whole.
Just
thing
go,
because
go,
This
go,
is
go wild.
this is like this is a hill that I'm gonna die on.
Okay.
Right.
You'll find you there.
Right? It's combat sports. Right? Boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, just pick one.
Okay.
Anyone. Like if he doesn't want to get punched in the face, go do Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
If he doesn't want to get, if he's claustrophobic, he doesn't like people like hugging him and touching him, go do boxing. You know? Or go do Muay Thai. You're scared of getting cut with elbows, go do boxing. Doesn't matter, just but you have to do a combat sport.
Okay.
Why combat sports specifically?
And the reason why combat sports specifically is because it's going to teach you that vulnerability is okay.
I have a question. Aren't you giving him more ways to move?
No. No. Well, no.
A healthy outlet.
No, yeah, but it's not just the outlet, it's everything. When you start, you are going to be cut. You are not going to know what's happening. You are forced to be vulnerable. You are forced to own that
So
you are not
maybe-
the own.
So maybe it mimics the journey that you're having.
Okay.
It's the journey that you should have gone through.
Yeah. So you're gonna speed it up. How are you gonna do this?
Exactly, it's going to take 6-7 weeks. But yeah, you're forced to be vulnerable
And I
because you're going to
suppose,
start
sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt, I
no.
suppose there'll always be someone bigger than you in that space.
100%.
Always.
Always.
So even if you are the O in front of other Owens, when you go to your gym, there's always going to be
There's
someone.
always going to be somebody bigger.
But okay, I have feelings about this thing
Okay.
because you were saying combat sports full stop, and in my mind, I am thinking about so how do you now come home to your partner and now you're like,
Are you Muay Thai?
how do I like? Okay, what did I learn here that I can apply here? And it's gonna be like, oh, I can be more vulnerable. Does that happen naturally now through this process?
Like it will just happen actually. And I know I'm mentioning combat and I'm saying combat sports for guys, but I'm saying it's for everybody.
But also,
Women don't learn how to throw a punch.
Oh, that's
Women
another
don't-
thing I'm thinking right there. Are they only men and I don't know
No.
being surrounded by all these men?
Listen, but also you're surrounded by men with the same mind.
Oh,
You're
okay.
surrounded by men
Yeah.
that are
I guess I want to add also, I know you're saying combat sports, but a lot of these schools have philosophy.
yes.
So it's not just the fighting
Actually, yeah.
aspect.
Sorry, when I say combat sports, I'm specifically talking about the traditional martial arts.
Yes, but I'm saying all
Yeah.
these forms of martial
The
arts, they
discipline,
have
yes.
philosophies, and
Yeah.
a lot of this is actually not to harm.
I'm not talking about like an MMA gym where you know.
People are eating a weighted up.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about traditional martial
Yeah.
arts. And you do get MMA gyms where they focus on that, which is great. But some MMA gyms just want to see blood.
Okay.
That's not what we're talking about.
Okay, same. We're gonna try combat sports. Watch this space.
Like-
Then of you.
No, but so firstly, you're gonna learn to be vulnerable. You're gonna be forced into that space
Okay.
where you are not the owner, and you just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
But don't you think that's true for a lot of sports though? A lot like sports.
Yeah, but it's not the same because if you are not great at soccer or rugby, a team sport, like the rest of the team can carry it.
Individualism vibes there.
Yeah, but also the philosophy behind it. But like so,
Wing Chun and he's very,
What do we do?
see,
he's super into it.
we try.
Yeah, he watched Ip Man and he got super into it. And he knows every week and he loves it. And he said he was shirt when he started.
Yes.
And he loves it.
Exactly.
And it teaches
Okay,
him.
So, and then the next thing that it's gonna do is you're gonna start off cat,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna get better, and then you're gonna like start challenging yourself. And the more you put those intentional obstacles in your way and overcome those intention, like the random that comes your way,
It's gonna be easy.
It's going to be easy. You've learned how to deal with it. You've learned how to think on your feet.
That I get.
Like, yeah. So,
Okay.
so there's that.
Yeah.
But then also, the next thing is like you remove that isolation aspect because now you become part of a community.
Yeah.
And like, I've been to a couple of gyms, and you walk into the gym and the bonds that you create in that gym, like are real bonds.
Yeah.
Like it's not just,
Yeah.
like you really become close.
Yeah. And in that closeness, I feel that it now becomes a space where you feel safe enough
Exactly.
to be vulnerable.
Yes.
Because you're doing it there on the mat or whatever you call it when you're fighting. And now it leaves that space and flows over to the rest of your, hopefully, life.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I wouldn't say I'm 100% convinced. No, but I get it.
yeah. But then also like again, the gym becomes your safe space. So whenever you are feeling a little bit sort of
I think
iffy or a little bit shaky, you know,
Like your brother, for instance, if you were doing this combat sport, you would say, Kaina, I'm going to go to the gym. And not smoke.
I'm not smokable. What argument?
That's like when somebody's, when you chat with somebody, they just fall off and like, where is that? So self-compassion and unlearning old patterns.
okay.
Okay, so
Again, combat sports.
Yeah.
Combat sports because you're going to learn that failure is part of life.
And also, I want to say, I mean, uncomfortability does not necessarily mean wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
That
just
is
to do the discomfort.
Yeah, you said that in the office.
Yeah.
And that was a mood lesson for me recently. And I was like, oh, so uncomfortable. And I confused it with my intuition. And then I was like, no, I like this, but I'm uncomfortable about it. Right?
Okay.
No, not but, and I am uncomfortable about it. So I didn't want it to be an obstacle. It's not an obstacle, so I have to change, I have to shift my mind there. And so when you try something new for the first time, like for people who struggle to say no, those are mine. But
Yeah.
if you struggle to say no, and you start saying no,
It's uncomfortable the first few times.
yes, and it's foreign, and what the fuck, okay, now what are you gonna like me, and all of those things, right? But as you continue doing so, and maybe this is the thing also where in the gym you're practicing vulnerability, right? And it becomes easier and easier and easier, and then you start applying it. So you practice it, you're practicing it, and then it just becomes like, okay, cool, I do this.
You have to
now.
flow out those boundaries.
Mm.
You have to learn to say no. Sometimes you say no to things that are bad for you, like it's harmful to you. So saying no is good.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Now, redefining masculinity also means breaking cycle. So, again, I'm going to bring it back to men who are now in the adulthood and they really want to move towards emotional well-being. That, yeah, guys, man, I know, I can only imagine, it must be so hard to do that. And I think it's surrounding yourself with that people.
Yes. Yeah. You have to find. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, like you there with other guys that are also doing your work. They've been vulnerable.
But then, what about let's say your family that's in your life already, and let's say they're still clinging on to the old ways? We're just leaving them in the past.
No, because you come home and you can talk now about your experience.
Okay. Your narrative changes.
So we're not giving up on them.
No, you don't give up on people. Like you show up in
And
the best
yes.
as the best version of yourself, and you
Next
show
is
everybody
amazing.
else what's possible.
And it's a perfect segue into our next talking point, which is how do we, as women especially, Did you stop? Okay. We have to stop with the next recording.
Okay, but also before
Guys,
this, we are.
how are we breaking it in?
Combat sports.
Listen, I know you're joking, but
I know.
but
No,
it's
I know.
It's-
Like, during the break, we were just talking to our behind the scenes videographer, and he was telling us, tell them what you were telling us.
no,
At the moment when he was crying because he lost, the training did lost, and his coach, in that moment of vulnerability, gave him support, showed
You
him
cried with him.
compassion. So, when vulnerability is met with vulnerability, that's when you feel seen and heard.
So that's the
coach
how.
made him feel safe.
That's the how.
Coach, like, yeah.
Holding the space to be vulnerable.
No, exactly, but it's so you build that community, you forge like
The bond.
genuine connections, and you start to feel safe. Like, and you start, once you feel safe, you start to open up, start to feel vulnerable, and then once, like, you keep talking about being our age, like my age, like once you start healing, like you'll notice that you become an example to the younger generation.
For sure.
Like,
I do think the younger generation is doing better.
Absolutely.
yeah,
They're doing better.
Because they start
yeah, because they start to,
yeah. But they won't stop unless there's you.
unless there's,
Yeah.
for me, it's absolutely wild. Like, I've got grown ass men with beards trying to punch me in the face. Like, seriously, like trying to hurt me. And then, like, later calling me Uncle Zane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then telling me that, like, I'm inspiring you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you're just trying to move.
Yeah.
You got the beard. Now you're calling me Uncle Zane.
Yeah.
But I understand. And, like, that's the way forward.
Yeah, that I told you it was disheartening to me thinking about men who are struggling and don't have combat sports or supportive family or friends or people in their lives, But these spaces exist. And I think it's so important. I don't know how to do it, even to let people know, let men know, Come here, speak atheists, cry together even, Okay. Okay, so this is our last talking point, otherwise we're going to sit here until tonight. I want to talk about, as women, who have, and I think it's important to mention this, who have been hurt by men. A lot of men. A lot of you.
Now let's be real.
It's just like a moment. But even through that, because it's our past and we've moved on and whatever, how do we show up? How do I recognize this guy struggling? I mean, I think I am capable of doing that. I'm very observant, so I'll know, something's up here. But I don't think, because there's what on my heart.
Yeah.
No.
So,
They don't say nothing. They don't say nothing.
Okay. So, and what you said is important because you know. And as women, you need to trust your intuition.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're feeling something's off, say those exact words.
Yeah.
Say, I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
Something feels off.
Yeah.
And then, like, get the response.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not about judgment. It's not about your feelings about it.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just something's not right.
Yes.
Something's off.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
But, like, we need to figure it out.
Yeah.
And
I think I would say, like, I can send something as well.
yeah.
If you want to talk about it. Like, no pressure.
Well, when you're ready.
When you're
Yeah.
ready,
And
when you're
that's the
ready,
thing.
I'm here.
Yes.
Like, it's not like we must talk about it now. It's never like when you're ready, when you're feeling in the space to talk about it, just know I am here to listen. Whatever.
And that's exactly if you frame it like that. If you say, look, I've noticed, but like,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
In the moment, it's probably going to lie to you and say, no,
Yeah.
everything's fine.
Yeah.
But you've opened the door.
Okay.
So now, like, you can be like, okay,
And
cool.
then I take a step back.
Yeah.
It's like,
And that's, yes.
Yes. And I mean, because men already, it's not, they don't immediately open up, like you said, and then obviously when they know it's fine, cool,
Yeah.
whatever, because I want to handle it on my own, until they get to the space where they feel okay. And I think, you know, we've been talking about safety and this feeling safe enough to be vulnerable. And I think it starts with when your partner or any male in your life says something, tells you something that is not traditionally masculine. Your like, why parent? Why is this sensitive? Just like a girl, you know, things like that. And so we must be so careful with our words, because if that's the first reaction to him showing a little bit, then what are you saying? That it's actually not okay. I'm judging you.
No, you're just confirming everything that he believes.
Exactly. So I mean, and I'm maybe thinking about myself. I'll never say that, but I mean, I've seen it happening. So no judgment, safety.
Yeah.
You can basically know what's wrong. But I won't say that.
I mean, my brother and I have gotten to the point where I don't need to ask anyone. Like, he comes to me and says,
Yeah. And that's the
I'm not in
relationship.
a bad space, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. I don't even go to him
I
anymore.
don't want to talk about your husband.
Nah,
I just want to know now. I just want to know. Do you think he has the same relationship with his wife?
Yes, no.
Okay.
We are very open household. There are no secrets in our house. Like, we're very open about everything, especially mental health struggles. I think when I started opening up, and then it was like, oh, we can talk about this now. We can talk about that we're struggling and stuff. It's not this shameful thing. There's no stigma attached to it.
Yeah.
But it takes that one person
Yeah.
to be like, yo, we can talk about this. But it took one person.
Okay, so we talked about like how we recognize, and I think it's trusting our intuition. And then gently, subtly probing. What's going on? And then how? Practical.
Okay, so like, I mean, there's the obvious ones.
A hug? A hug? No.
Oh, I thought you meant practical signs that you can see, like.
Okay,
I think
Mhm.
it's the sign.
yeah, that's the sign.
Okay, I mean, obviously the obvious ones would be like substance abuse, like becoming short-tempered, like
Change of behavior.
change of behavior, those types of things.
Mm.
Loss of interest in the things that they normally interested in.
I'm not saying if somebody who's interested in mental is mental health. It's not me, can't be me.
That's all. Nothing wouldn't even be about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Even if
Like, I mean,
okay, anyway, go ahead.
No, but there are other like more subtle signs.
Yeah, that's the
you
one
won't-
that
that's the
gets
subtle
me.
sign.
Yeah.
And I'm scared.
So one is maybe.
Loss of appetite.
I mean, I don't know. I've never lost my. It's called revenge bedtime scrolling.
Yeah,
Or
bed.
what's it? Bedtime procrastination. That's the one.
Was that like doom scrolling?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's,
Instead of going to tip, maybe you are
Yeah.
so tired, but you do that instead because it numbs your brain.
yeah, or because you feel like you have no control over the rest of your
Yeah.
day, so you want to now control this
Oh,
time
Oh, okay.
that you've got.
Yeah.
And you're not just scrolling, it's
Yeah.
watching something or whatever. Like, but that is usually
Like, just trying
What
to
about
play
gaming
something.
though?
yeah. That's a difficult one because that could just be an interest.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what
So
I'm
it's
thinking,
more about the
But
time.
maybe if you
like
was
when you
gaming,
can-
increase
But
gaming.
maybe if he was
Oh,
gaming,
when is he
it's
gaming?
I'm not
not.
going to use that as an excuse. You gaming the right wrong with you. No, I'm joking. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do trust myself, my intuition enough to know that, to think, to believe that if there's a change in behavior, I'm going to notice.
Right.
Then I do the subtle probing kind of things, right?
And the key to that is not to personalize it.
Okay. It's not about me.
It's not about you.
That's really hard for me, no? Really,
But it's not.
yeah, it's not.
It's
I can step out and be like, maybe
But I think that's where women get into trouble.
yes, because we're
Yeah.
so emotional.
It's because like you go to the guy and you say like, you're doing this and it's making me feel this type of way and it's doing this to me and like it's doing this to us.
And then that becomes
And
like a
then
separate argument.
That's the argument. It's
Yeah.
got nothing to do with him anymore now.
Yeah.
He must come with you and you must make sure that you're okay.
Yeah, and
So-
again,
And then he's not even dealing with his own.
So you, no, you
The
can't
original
deal,
issue.
you can't deal with his issues because you now have issues that need to
Yeah.
be dealt with.
okay, so let's be super aware of that.
Yeah.
That is,
Super aware.
yeah.
Right?
It's about noticing.
You.
I can call
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about noticing and calling it out without judgment and without personalizing.
Yes.
That's
It's not about you,
Yeah.
Nabeelah. It's about you.
And what other subtle signs did Owen see?
I mean, if he hasn't seen his barber in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, personal appearance.
Yeah, I'm not looking like hygiene wise. Like if there's a lot of hygiene, like in the series.
Like
Yeah.
if he hasn't
Then
washed
you
him
cut-
like a
then you
anyway,
cut
a month,
already.
yeah, a month,
Then you
then
can cut already,
we have problems.
but if the fade is
If-
not
If
in,
the fade is not in,
There's-
there's a
there's-
problem.
it's
Yeah.
not okay.
And if the fade is in all the time, and suddenly you're like, who is this from? It was not funny, but okay.
But-
That's a good one.
But it's a subtle sign.
Okay, maybe what we'll do is in the captions for our social media posts, we'll add some more signs.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the last talking point. No, that was the last one. Okay.
Oh, you want to know how to best show support
Yes. Practically.
practically?
Me, I say hugs.
Hugs work,
Thank you.
but also like to appeal to his ego.
Yeah.
Like how?
You look like that today. You are smart.
You look red.
Yeah, like I mean, if he's not coming to bed because he's like, and you know that's it's gonna lead to a down.
Yeah.
Just tell him how like it is for you to fall asleep in his
Yeah.
arms. Like you must not come to bed.
You know,
You know what I mean?
I love laying in your arms. Hold me.
There we go.
You're so strong.
Yeah, appeal to his ego.
You won't.
But it must be true though.
No, for sure. For sure. I know I'm not to be. I can't lie about that thing. So it will definitely be the thing.
That will be genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also like, and it's okay to tease him. Like seriously.
Yeah.
But you know,
Within reason.
within reason and playfully, like
Yeah.
like I
Not
said,
like
you know,
passive.
yeah. I mean, if he needs a haircut, like
Yeah.
you could say, look here, I think some women enjoy the scruffy
Some
look, but
must
you
be
know,
like,
I
yeah.
prefer it when you.
Yeah. No, you
Yeah.
because
You're
you
looking
both
fresh.
you encouraging
Yeah.
him to do the things that you know he likes
Yeah.
while stroking his ego.
And he probably prefers it when he looks.
No, he doesn't.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. And if
Okay.
he's losing interest in like things that he would usually be
Yeah.
interested
Things
in,
you
like
enjoy.
just
Yeah.
bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you haven't been to the rugby in a while. Like, isn't there a game coming up soon?
And maybe do things with him. Like if he likes going to the rugby, you could say, "Listen, can we go to the rugby? I actually just want to go.
Yeah.
Let's go." You know.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Cool.
That's definitely an option. But then also like, and the biggest one is give him space.
No. But yes.
Like
Give
yeah,
him-
give him as much space as you can. Like,
Without-
before you get tired of his shit.
Yeah, because I mean, I need it. I also don't want to, because space, too much space, isolation.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
But but it's about communication.
Yeah.
So you can say, look, I know something's not liquor, like, and I might not be contributing to the solution. So how about like, you know,
Yeah.
you take a,
Yeah.
you take some time to
Yeah.
do some stuff and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but like, you know,
I'll see you later, man.
I'll see you later. Let's talk
Yeah.
about this in like a day or two.
Okay.
So not too
Yeah,
much.
not too
space.
much
Yeah.
space.
Like
Yeah.
a reasonable amount of
Yeah.
space. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fair.
Okay, amazing. My goody. Okay, we are going to wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap up.
Okay.
Because we'll be here whole day, guys.
Yeah.
We will be here whole day.
So I feel my closing thoughts are traditional masculinity. I can subscribe to that. I can wrap it for you guys. I think as women, we love you, men. We want you to be maker.
And we want you to thrive.
Yeah.
We really do.
I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you.
Okay.
Like women are not the problem. Men are the problem for other men.
Guys, you heard it here.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm
Nice.
saying this. I'm saying this to camera.
Yeah.
I'm saying this to camera.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know, it's other guys that have got this cut mentality that make it difficult for the rest of us.
Yeah. No, sure. I feel the same way about women. I'm not gonna lie. Really.
Yeah.
So I mean, the sexes are so completely different, yet we are meant to be together, right?
And complement each other.
Yeah.
Complement each other.
I love that one. Complementing each other, finding ways to complement each other, and to support each other in ways that make you feel supported. You know, like I can think, let me support him by ironing his shirt, but that means fuck all to him.
Yeah.
He wants me to instead pack his lunch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I want him to feel it. And I think the only way that's possible is if we constantly talking.
Talking,
See,
communication.
again, communication.
Communication. Okay.
But in
that's
order
what
to
we know.
communicate, you need to be vulnerable.
Yes. Oh yes, vulnerability. Creating the space to be vulnerable. Empathy and understanding.
See,
Okay.
love languages.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah. Okay, we done, huh?
We're done.
We done?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Like, follow, subscribe, share, rate, all the things. Or pop us an email, theskinnerbigpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you want to, we're gonna add Zane's handle if you want to talk to this brand, he's available.
And Combat Sports.
Comment.
Yeah.
Hashtag combat sports.
We'll get your ass.
Bye.